Alright everyone, JB here, and we're back with another Chrono Crystals guide, so to say. I'm going to be showing you guys pretty much how to do it. Pretty much collect every single Chrono Crystal in the game that's available as of right now. Even though Legends is being pretty stingy on that side of the currency in the game. But I'm going to go over everything pretty much, so it might be a lengthy video, but make sure you guys are, staying until the end so you know every possible way. But as always, if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. It's very much appreciated. It does help me out a lot as we are on the way to 5,000 subscribers. The first thing is, it's literally the simplest thing in the game that you could do. If you have been logging in during the superhero campaign, it's literally easy. You just log in for 14 days and you get yourself 1000cc. Pretty simple, and then you also get pan 300 Z power. So I feel like in that way it is a W. It's pretty simple. But the first thing I want to look at, I want to go to the exchange shop and go over everything that you can pretty much get from the exchange shop. First thing is the Piniko medals. Now this has been out since midway through the last month. So you just collect 300 of these medals and you can get 1000cc. Now usually it'd be above this, so if you haven't collected it, it'll be above the Z power, but I've already collected mine. So pretty simple. All you're doing is just doing the missions for them. You can do co-op to grind them out as well. You just need 300 in total. It's really simple, so just put a little bit of time into it. So that's another 1,000, and we're sitting at 2,000. So I'm gonna count along the way of how much we're making, and I also want to count the raid. So if you've done all your raid already and you haven't cashed in on your medals, you can get 1000cc in total from the shop. My mistake, I thought I collected all of them, but I forgot and I didn't finish the rest of it. But if you still have some points left to get you some more CC, you can get 1,000 in total. So make sure you guys do collect that. I'm gonna also add that as well. So we're gonna be sitting at 3,000 CC. Now the next thing is PvP, or more to say, the PvP shop. So if you still have medals from the last season and you haven't collected or bought anything out of the shop, there is above this message, there is 300 CC you can collect, and I think it only costs about 40, right? Yeah, so it only costs about 40, so you only need 120 in total, which is not that hard to get. Pretty much this is a total of 600. If you've collected CC from both of those shops. If you have not yet, make sure to do so. You do have until the, let's see, so on this one you do have until the 9th, so you still have a few more days, about a week. So make sure you guys collecting that as we add that to our total. So we're sitting at 3,600, so not too bad, even though Legends has been very stingy with the with the amount of CC we've been getting, especially from like the past 2-3 months. We've been getting less and less CC. But really quick, another thing I want to talk about is co-op. Pretty simple. If you're grinding out these medals, or you're just doing your dailies pretty much, which is doing it 3 times a day for the limited rewards, eventually you'll get this. It says end time is in 2030 because this shop resets every weekly reset. So pretty much if you're just doing your stuff over the course of the week, this is easy right here. Easy 300 right here. Like I said, we're sitting at 3,900. Now I'm gonna I think that will be like the last thing in the shop as of right now. Yeah, so that'll probably pretty much wrap it up for everything in the shop right now. But it's not bad as long as you guys are saving, because I don't recommend summoning on the Gohan banner anymore. There's not double the Z power anymore, so it's lost its value. But if you guys still want to go for it, there's nothing wrong with that. Now I mentioned this plenty of times, daily stamp. Now for the sake of the video, we're gonna count 500 because this is like a weekly thing. You're getting 1,000 every 2 weeks, but you're basically getting 500 per week. So we're just gonna divide that in half and add it to our total, which we're sitting at 4,400 right now. Now, another thing I want to look at before we go diving into all the missions and everything, I always mention, always go for the battle lovers plan. Never go for the lower ones, even if you don't play the game as much. Always go for the highest one because you're literally getting the most rewards. Now I'm always gonna count the free to play because that's what we're doing here. Now if you decide to buy some extra CC, it's only about $8, so it's like it's the best investment in the game. But on the free to play side, it's another 500. So pretty much that's when I would sit us at 4,900. But pretty much the missions, I've done most of them already, but you're just doing adventures, you're playing PvP, playing co-op, and pretty much just like playing a game in general. So it's not that hard. And like I was saying, oh, and also for the missions, I was talking about these right here. You can get 150 in total just for doing adventures and pretty much just co-op. Now I want to look down here at the monthly missions. So I'm gonna count, like I said, I'm gonna count everything that I know in the game right now to the best of my knowledge. Now right now you can get 300, but this just these missions I think just reset it because we're basically in another month. But you're getting 300, which isn't bad. I feel like it should probably be like 500, but it's still not bad. You're basically just playing co-op, collecting coins. You're playing the rush medals will be for the Ultra Space Time Rush, and then you're just basically doing simple things that you really just do, like adventures, getting equipment. You know, you're gonna do that all the time because you're grinding out equipment, or maybe grind out an event or something like that, right? Same thing right here, using energy. You know, you can use all this energy and still replenish it from the shop. There's plenty of ways, but all you gotta do is pretty much do all those missions and you're getting 300. So right now we're sitting at 5,200 chrono crystals. And another thing, we're gonna tack on another 100 tournament power. You just gotta play it. You know, it doesn't, I would rather you want to win, but tournament power, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It just says, well, actually no, let me correct myself. That says win, so you just have to win 15 times. But that is pretty much I already done this, so I only gotta do it 2 more times. But that's another 100 right there, so we're sitting at 5,300. Now I'm gonna tack on this right here. Now I'm not gonna tack it on to the total, but you can't get 1,000 from this. So I am gonna count it only. So I would say this is only for the newer players, because I feel like all of the veteran players or players that are returning to the game have already done this. This isn't the only event that has this. So I'm gonna add on 1,000 from that. But like the rest of these, I don't know, man. Like I could add them on, but it's not gonna matter because, like I said, I'm pretty sure most of y'all have done it. But this is, I think this is the newest one that has just came out. Got 6 days left for it. So I'm gonna add 1,000 to that. We're gonna sit at 6,300. Now I'm gonna add co-op as well, of course. Cause like I said, just do co-op. Just all you gotta do is just win. Just play it. You can literally get a buddy to help you out with this. If you need a buddy, I do have a Discord, so I'm gonna leave a link to that in the description. But we're gonna tack on another 200. You're basically just winning. So all you have to do is just win the co-op. It's not that hard, and it doesn't matter what difficulty. So if you want to get it out of the way quickly, you literally can do it on the easiest difficulty. If you're just trying to get it out the way, that's normally what I do sometimes. But it's another 200. So we're sitting at 6,500 chrono crystals. Now another thing I do want to tack on is I'm going to count the adventures. Now this is what I'm saying by Legends, right? At first it used to be about, I think, 200 CC you can get from this, but now it's only I think 50. So let's look down here. I already passed it up. Yeah, so right here, so 90,000, get 50 CC. So we'll just tack that on for 6,550. You know, it's not a lot. Like, they're being really, really stingy. And I guarantee you guys, they're not giving us a lot of crystals to work with. But when a festival comes around, they're literally, I'm telling you guys right now, they're literally going to be talking about how you can collect this amount of CC from, you know, like during the celebration of the festival. And, you know, we want CC during the celebration and beforehand, so that way we have a chance, you know, to save up and stack up on that CC. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over the Tournament of Power, because we always gotta add this. It's not that hard to get the Z lead. What I do is, I'm gonna give you guys a tip. So what I do is, because I haven't finished mine at all, I'm only halfway through, but I like to look at like the top 20-30 people's teams. If you don't really feel like, you know, stressing yourself out trying to look at who gives the most battle bonus and all this, right? So pretty much go ahead and just look at one of these guys' teams, and pretty much you can just copy and paste it to the best of your ability, or you can just use some of the characters on their team and make your own unique team. Now I use I used to use Future, but now I'm using the girls team, so it does help out a lot. But as long as you're getting in the top, I think top 25%, you're getting 1,000. So we're gonna tack that on. You know, y'all sitting at 7,550, and then we can add another 100 because it's not that hard to get this amount of points. The season is an overeater, so that's another 100 right there. And y'all sitting at 7,750. It's not that hard, you know. So if you're not in the Z League, then you have to build your way up there. But when you get up there, then the rewards are way more better. The next thing I wanted to talk about, I can't give you out an exact number for this because I'm not going to count anything. But make sure you guys are doing the story, because especially you new players, because we've recently got a few more chapters added to part 13. So if y'all haven't done these, make sure you go do these. I do need to go back and do like the rest of my challenges on here, because it does add up. If y'all have the time to just go do the challenges, it stacks up eventually over time. But make sure you guys are doing the story. There's no real amount I can give you. It varies depending on how much you grind it out. There's 13 chapters, plenty of CC. Next thing I want to look at really quick, pretty sure everybody knows this, is called soul boosting, right? Everybody knows this. You're pretty much just soul boosting weak characters, any characters that you really just have just sitting around. And I don't think I have an example I can show y'all. I think I can. Yeah. So you're pretty much doing this, right? You're doing this. You're soul boosting. When you do that, it pops up this mission right here at the top. And you know, it pops it up. It only gives you 10 CC, but it stacks up over time. So it's like a method a lot of players do, especially a lot of veteran players and newer players. So it's really, really simple. As you can see right here, it's 10 CC. It stacks up over time if you have a lot of characters to do it. And then another thing I want to look at is the same thing right here where it says for upgrading equipment. Now, when you're upgrading equipment, they have a mission for this, for rank A, and then there's another one for, I think, rank A, I think. No. It's one for rank Z right here. So pretty much you're doing this, and as long as, say for example, if you're having a Z equipped, right? Let's go over your equipment. I'm gonna show you guys an example so you can understand it better. And if you have a Z equipped, or maybe a Z, well, yeah, Z or Z plus, you can take an equipment that's pretty much easy to look at. I think I'm gonna look at this one. This one's pretty easy to awaken. So say for example, you're basically just awakening the equip. So as long as it counts every time that it's going to Z or higher. But it's also, if it stays at an A or an S or higher as well, this is also counting towards the other mission as well. But this isn't the most effective way to do it. So I'm going to show you guys, but like I was saying, like this is just an example. Like sometimes it'll to S, but every time that it awaken, you upgrade it to Z. You're pretty much it's going towards that mission. But the most effective way to get some equips awakened to A rank, that's what I like to do, is get a whole bunch of equipment upgraded like this. And it's better to do that other equipment that I showed you guys, like this one right here, and that Stardust from the movie Vegeta equipment. It's pretty easy. Let me show you guys real quick. Let's turn this off. So this one right here, I have so many S's and a couple Z's because it's really easy to get his equipment to A or higher. So make sure you guys, maybe check that out. It's a pretty good method. It does take a little bit of time and resources, but it's up to y'all if y'all have the resources. Now the last thing that I really just want to look at is PvP. Now PvP, right? All you guys gotta do is get into the top 10k. You're getting 1600 CC, right? Because right now, I'm still on the count. We're sitting at 7650 CC. And it's really not that hard to get into the I think I clicked on the wrong one, but it's not that hard to get to the top 3 in group ranking as well. I do know if you're getting into the top 3, you're getting 300. But I'm gonna, for the benefit of the video, for like the most, I'm gonna count rank 1 because it's not that hard. Even if you're not good, I'm gonna count 300. So we're sitting at 7,950. But if you're getting into the top 10k, you're getting 1,600 right there. So that means we're sitting around, that'll be 8,950 plus that 600. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, we're sitting at 9,550, which is really not a lot. But if you also had the other season as well that just ended, that stats up for you. But yeah, that's pretty much I think that's pretty much everything in the game. Like I talked about those events as well that gives you 1,000 CC, and the way that you do that is just doing the missions for those events. It says it right here in the missions. So you can look right here. So look right here. Yeah, so look right here. Complete the missions right here. Pretty much you're just doing missions, and it stats up. I haven't even finished it, which I need to do. But if y'all do all that, it does stack up. But like I said, I'm not putting an exact number because I know a lot of players have already done this, especially veteran players. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Make sure you guys are doing, if you want to count also like your missions, like the login bonus, if you're doing the 10cc, we can add that as well. That'll be 70 per week. So technically we'll be sitting around a little bit over 9,600. So it's not that bad. Not that bad. It's the best I can do for you guys right now. Like I said, Legends isn't giving that much out to us free to play wise. But yeah, so make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below who y'all, pretty much think is going to be the festival predictions. But as always, it's your boy JB. I'm out.